So, beautiful afternoon. Welcome to 12 Apostle Helicopters. My name's Andrew. I'll be taking you up. We are recording. This is our internal camera here. That's you guys there on the screen. Hello.
How do you know?
Now, we're off to see the Apostles. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Yeah.
All right, I'll wind it up and we'll get up into it. Pop it on the external camera. Away we go. Alright, so we're making our way up to 500 feet, and as we're there now, we're going to cross our cliff line out over the water. Now the Apostles are going to be on the left and right as we do so. We split them when we take off in this direction. Firstly, we'll go around to the right. We'll fly all the way to Port Campbell. We'll climb up and turn around, and we'll come all the way back right down to the eastern tip. One of the tallest, at about 60 metres above the water, is just passing on our right-hand side. You get a nice view of all the layers that make up these rock stacks, or limestone stacks. At some stage they were all part of the coast. The erosion from the waves and the wind and rains, what shaped it, they say around 1 million years ago. Only a few of them are Apostles. The Apostles section actually ends right next to us there at that rocky point. Like I said, on the way back we'll see the rest. These ones here, that's the two sisters, and you got the salt and pepper shakers at the back there. The sisters were twins, but the one on the right, her head fell off. That was a few years ago. Things change. Erosion is unpredictable. Where the little archway is there, that leads, follow the cliff back and you'll end up looking into Lockhart Gorge. We also get a nice angle on it on the way back. It was named after the ship that ran aground or ran into this island in 1878. It was a famous wreck with only 2 people surviving, and they actually got washed into the beach there. On the way back you'll see just how lucky they were, because there's not really any other spot in that section where they would have had a chance of being able to climb the cliffs, let alone get washed up onto a beach. As we come around Broken Head, quite a few walking trails in that area as well. You can walk right down to the river. You can actually see some people down on the beach there at the Sherbrooke River mouth. Now this rock that looks like a huge piece of cheesecake is called the Baker's Oven. They called it that because of the hole in the bottom, not because it looks like a cheesecake. What do you think? Looks like a cheesecake?
Looks nice.
Yeah,
Looks good.
delicious. As we cruise along the cliffs, it's hard to judge from the helicopter just how big, I guess, most of the features are. But we're coming up to one of the tallest points of our cliffs. Just up there where that huge limestone stack is, that's Sentinel Rock. And it itself and the cliff behind it are about 75 metres above the water. I can see a couple of cars on the Great Ocean Road just up on the cliff top at the back. Gives you a pretty good idea just how big that actually is. See the cars right up there?
Oh yeah.
You'll notice the colours of the rock, they match the cliff at the back as well. At some stage, like I said before, they were joined. These rock stacks are basically the hard or dense sections of the coast that erode more slowly. And over thousands of years, they just sort of get left behind. In the distance in that direction is Point Hess. We're going to be climbing up here. That's Port Campbell Township just ahead of us. We're going to head back towards the Apostles. I'll pop it on the internal camera while we do it. Just get you to move across there. Move across that way. There you go. I was getting everybody in the video. Sorry, mate. I was just letting them know, just getting on the video there. So as we bring it all the way around, we've climbed up to 750 feet. And now, there we go. And on the left-hand side is Horseshoe Cove. One of the sites along the coast here where we do see the fairy penguins straight down inside there. That cave at the back of the beach is where they hide. One of the spots anyway. We also see them down at the Apostles Beach. And around sunset, which is in about an hour and a half from now, that's when they'll be coming home. If you're around and you want to see them, you can see them off the lookout there. The tracks were there this morning, so a picture they'll be coming back tonight since the swells really dropped off today as well. What do you think of the view so far?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Love it.
Such a perfect day as well. You know, it's so calm out on the seas at the moment. That's not your bus, is it?
Hope not.
So the Great Ocean Road is the coast all the way down. You probably drove down it today, and it continues all the way up to the Bay of Islands. From the Bay of Islands it actually goes inland. Not officially the end, but probably the end of the most amazing coastal scenery. You can see it's so light winds that the mirror image of the land on the top of the Sherbrooke River there, there's not even a ripple in it. You can see all the walking trails that wrap around Thunder Caves and the Blowhole here. Something else pretty unique is the shape of the island where the Lockhart ran aground. Because we're higher up now, you can see it's actually shaped kind of like a seahorse. See that?
Oh yeah.
And then where the survivors of that wreck washed in is straight up the back there. You may have already been down to Lockhart Gorge. That's where they washed in, that narrow opening, right up onto the beach there. Very lucky. That's the only beach that exists on high tide. And they were able to climb the cliffs there, which probably wouldn't have happened in any other spot along here. This rocky point and all the way through to the next one is where the Apostles stand. The big thick one there and the shorter one in the back of the cove are number 1 and 2 in this direction. Officially only 8, so number 3 being the tall pointed one that we saw as we crossed the coast. Then we have 4, 5, 6, 7, the little E, and then number 8, the big one on our side of the lookout. 2005 was the last time one of them fell, and it's the pile of rocks you can see up on the beach there. 3 others had also fallen prior to the naming. One of them is that dark little spot you can see in the water there. 2 others further back, but officially when they were named the 12 Apostles, there was only 9. The 2 rocks on the other side here, which, you know, could have been included, I don't know why not, but that's Gog and Magog, that's what they call them. And they're on the other side of the lookout, so they're on a different beach. You used to be able to walk through the cliff here onto the Apostles Beach, but they closed that because the penguins come up. Where all that greenery is there, that's where the penguins live also. Way down in the distance is Moonlight Head. We're going to be crossing the coast here, otherwise we'll end up in Melbourne. So we'll cross the coast, and out the left-hand side is where you'll get probably some of the most spectacular scenery. Pop it on the internal camera for the turn. So they call this, out the left-hand side here now, the postcard shot. I'll bring it around onto the video so you can see why. We've got all the Apostle rocks lined up. You've got the Great Ocean Road there, the beautiful contrast between the ocean and the land. Have I done a good job of describing it?
Very good.
Gibson Steps zigzag down onto the beach below. That's one of the beaches you can get down onto. Looking very popular at the moment. You can see quite a few people heading down. So as we make our way back in over the paddocks, you can see all the sheep and little lambs in the paddock, and the cows are the black ones. Tiny little lambs. It's that time of year where they've all just been born, so. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the flight. We're going to make our way down to the helipad here. We'll land. I'll pop it on the internal camera. Say goodbye, and then the guys will grab your doors for you. we're on the ground.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much for flying with us. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You can pop your headsets just on the hooks at the top and release your seatbelts. And the guys, or one of the guys, Haruki will grab your doors for you. Oh, yours is at the back. That's all right. Thank you. So just stay in your seat. Yeah, don't open the doors. That'll be great. Yeah, just stay in there. They'll come around and open the doors for you. Thank you.